Okay. Okay, let's just get right into this, honestly. Um, Might as well just find a game, right? But anyway, let's get right into this. This is going to be essentially my thoughts on everything that's been happening with the roadmap and the new winter event, season 3. Everybody's been talking about it recently, so I'm just going to talk about this real quick. I've got some notes here, just quick little bullet points. So, first off, the roadmap when you look at it isn't super bad. It's not bad when you look at it in terms of like what we're getting. Okay, we're finally getting Forge. We're finally getting, co-op. It sucks that split screen is not there, you know. It sucks that split screen is not there. And it would have been for the console players, it would have been a nice to have, so I would have still included split screen co-op, even if it was just limited to like two-player split screen. You have two split screen. You have two-player split screen, and then the other two players are through online co-op, right? I mean, something like that. That's great. It would have been that nice to have. For example, what if you have you know, like a friend come over and they forgot to bring their Xbox to your house or to their house, whatever, vice versa. And, but hey, it's okay. They forgot their Xbox, they forgot their controller, but hey, you have an extra controller lying around. You could play split screen. There you go. It would have been that little nice to have for those situations like that, you know? And let's talk about Forge. Okay, Forge, as good as Forge is, I don't think it's gonna be enough simply to revitalize Halo or to carry Halo 4 months until season 3 starts. I mean, technically, if you look at it, not counting September, but if we actually start in October and go to season 3, so we have October, November, December, January, February, and then March. So basically, roughly just over 5 months till season 3, which is ridiculous, in itself. And honestly, people would be able to overlook the gap between season 2 and season 3 if we had the custom games browser with Forge. People would have easily overlooked that. Now, why is the basically Forge and the custom game browser, they walk hand in hand. Okay? They walk hand in hand with each other. And that also includes infection. And speaking of infection, why didn't 343 prioritize bringing infection over this, bringing infection with Forge and the custom games browser? But instead, no, we got some revamped or some weird capture the flag mode where you have the little ping thing where you can see people through walls and a certain team has camo and whatever. Like, okay, that's cool and all. We're getting a new mode, but it's surrounded around capture the flag. Like, anybody really could have made that variant of one flag. Like, why that and not infection? It seriously, why not infection? you know, you're missing out on that opportunity. So many missed opportunities if you had just brought infection into Halo with the custom games browser. Imagine if the winter update 343 said, "Hey, with the release of Forge, you're gonna get the custom games browser, and you're gonna get infection." What would have been even better? Let's say, with October being right around the corner. This is what I would have done personally if I was at 343. I would have said, hey, look, guys, October is, next month. Next month is October. And, we all know what the end of October holds, right? That's Halloween, right? And, let's do something special for Halloween. Let's bring infection, but as with an event, right? So we have a 2-week event, a 10 tier battle pass that's free. And would have been cool is if you had like an infection armor coating, vehicle coatings, and weapon coatings, and maybe a weapon charm that's like a green energy sword. That would have been so cool. It's just a missed opportunity. I mean, technically they could still surprise us with it, but my hope for that is very, very low. That I don't expect them to do anything like that, to be honest. But that would have been so cool to have infection release October 31st or during that event, and then that way the next month going into November 8th, just out right after this event ends, going into November 8th, we have infection with Forge and the custom games browser to go with it, which means people are gonna bring back these modes like Fat Kid and Jenga Tower and Speed Halo, all these cool modes that surround Infection just by themselves. I mean, let's be honest, who wants to play Infection on a regular dev-made map that's not surrounded around Infection? That's pretty boring. So Infection plus Forge, people's creations through Forge surrounded around Infection, a dedicated Infection mode, and the custom games browser to allow people to play these community creations with ease. And the custom games browser is so important. Right here I'm on MCC, the custom game browser on MCC, and before MCC got a custom games browser, it was very boring. You would hop on MCC and you would go into matchmaking, right? You'd get all sweaty, right? Play matchmaking. I mean, there's some casual parts about it, but you'd go in there and be all sweaty, play competitive, whatnot. After about 2 hours or 25, 50 games, you're pretty exhausted, pretty bored. You're tired of being sweaty, and you just want to chill and have fun and just play something that doesn't have to do with being sweaty all the dang time. Well, that's where this comes in. You scroll through here, you see kill, chill, do whatever, get out of my house. That sounds fun. Look, Fat Kid, jumps, parkour, that sounds fun. It's something relaxing. It's something chill, to recharge your batteries before going back into, being sweaty again in the matchmaking. Exactly. It's just Forge without a custom games browser is just, it's not gonna last. I'm just being real. This is coming from my perspective. It's not gonna last. And someone tried to tell me, oh yeah, well, you don't need a custom games browser. 343 is just gonna take the maps in Forge that people make in Forge and put them in the matchmaking. It's like, okay, but they're just gonna be Slayer maps. What about race maps? What about infection made maps? What about NASCAR Pro and things like this, Fat Kid? What about all these other maps that people make instead of just wanting to be sweaty and play 2v2, 4v4 all the dang time? Now, me personally, I am a competitive Halo player, right? But at times I get bored of being competitive all the dang time, and I just want to chill. I just want to play something random that's fun, and I don't have to be sweaty all the time and strafe and crouch jump and all this and do trick shots and whatever. I don't care about doing that all the time. I just want to sit down, chill, and play some NASCAR Pro or play some Invasion, something chill like that. It's a missed opportunity. And of course it says at the top of the custom games, or the roadmap, it says at the top it's subject to change as far as September 1st goes. So like I said, it could change, and I hope it does. And I'm just being real. If 343 had prioritized Infection and bringing the custom games browser with Forge with this winter event, people would have easily ignored the whole gap between season 2 and 3. People would have ignored that delay because they would have been so occupied with the browser and making content, making their own content with inside the browser. And then of course, yes, 343 on top of that could have said, you know what, we're going to take a couple of these maps, put them in matchmaking, right? So you have, a win-win situation, right? then again, that whole 3 for 3 taking some maps and taking them from Forge, from the community, what they create, and putting them in matchmaking. You got to think, how long is that going to take with the resources that 3 for 3 has? Seriously, let's be real. Let's look at it. Let's you know, let's just look at it for what it is. How long is it going to take for 3 for 3 to take 2 or 3 maps that people make in Forge and to put them into matchmaking? How long is that going to take? When we can just go into the custom game browser and we have all these things that we could play, and we could just jump right in. We don't have to wait for 3 for 3 to say, oh yeah, by the way, we just added these 2 new maps from Forge, go play them. Oh yeah, by the way, you have to be sweaty because it's all Slayer maps. It's not parkour, it's not Fat Kid, it's not Castle Wars or whatever they got, Fat Kid V3, right? It's not UNSC Civilian Social. It's not like, come on, what are we doing? So, and another thing, so coming out of that, we have the menu system. So, me personally, when you look at Halo Infinite's menu system, right? So let's just go to Halo Infinite real quick, right? Let's open up Halo Infinite, if it'll even open. I doubt it will. There it goes. But let's just open up Halo Infinite. And let's just look at the menu system between MCC and Halo Infinite. Because the navigation and the way it works, it's just, to me, it's bad. Someone who actually went to school to learn how to program websites and, using CSS and HTML and JavaScript and all that. When I look at this, it's just, so if I go to play multiplayer, right? And it's still loading, all right? So, I mean, come on now. I'm in the multiplayer menu, right? If I hit escape, I'm on PC, so I'm using keyboard. But if you hit the back button on your controller, if you just hit escape, it takes you, it's supposed to take you back to the previous page, right? So let me show you an example. So if I go here, if it'll load, there we go, right? I have to hit F1, right? Let me go to customize, right? Now it takes me to customize, but when I hit back, right? I'm going through these pages, right? That are still loading. So I hit back, then I hit back again, then I hit back, then I hit back. It's like, why is it not taking me back to that page where it should be play? So, I hit play and then it brings me back here when it should be taking me right here. If I hit F1, then go to customize, it should take me back to this screen right here where all the modes are. It shouldn't be taking me back to this page. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The navigation's a little scuffed. They need to fix that, right? And another thing, when we go into multiplayer, right, we just have a list of all these modes and all these playlists, right? But when we go to, when we go to MCC, right? In MCC, you have social games, which is unranked. Then you have competitive games, right? That's where if you want to be extra sweaty, right? Then we have custom multiplayer, that's just custom games. Then you have the browser, okay? It's all organized. So I go into social games. This is all the unranked stuff, right? And if I go back, it takes me back to the previous page. It's all organized. Boom. Everything here, right? It's neat, right? And the cool thing about this is you don't have to have a whole endless list of playlists, because all the unranked modes for the casual player are in their own list, their own little section. For those who only want to play competitive, boom, you have them all right here. Alright, and you can even expand that further, like in Halo 3, if you want to have an objectives playlist, right? So in between social and competitive, you can have objectives. For someone who just only wants to play flag, ball, assault, and all that stuff, well, you have a whole playlist, a whole section dedicated to you if you're that person that wants to play objectives only. And having it like this allows them to not rotate in and out modes. You don't have to rotate in and out different modes because everything's where it needs to be. Whereas in Halo Infinite, you know, we switch back to Infinite if it'll do it. I don't know. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong one. If we switch back to Infinite, it's just one seamless list. You know, where's the social unranked playlist? Like, what they could do in this is this down here, they need to make it to where it's like classic Halo, where if someone joins, they just stack in a column right here instead of being down here. And this, the season 2 thing, could be probably put somewhere else up here. They could shrink this down and put it up here, or at the bottom. They can just simply swap these two. Take this, put it at the bottom. Take this, put it at the top, right? And then over here, you would have social, and then you would click on it, and it would expand out to here, and you'd have all your social modes that you can scroll down. Then you have objectives if you want to play that. You have all your objective modes, or really it's just a playlist. You just click on it and it just throws you into any random objectives. Then of course underneath that you would have your competitive mode, or your competitive playlist, where you have all your different like competitive snipers, competitive doubles, HCS, where you earn like your bronze, your plat, all that stuff, right? Onyx, whatever. And then you can even, under that, you can even have action sack, or a miscellaneous mode where you just play anything. It could be whatever. And that's where you would have a lot of the Forge influenced maps in this mode, in this playlist. Things like Race, Jenga Tower, Speed Halo, Fat Kid. So missed opportunities with this game, and I just don't get it. And the last thing is cosmetics. You know, as you can see, my boy's rocking the gold skin. Honestly, it's pretty clean. I liked it. I bought it. Okay, whatever. I don't regret it. Right? But this game has so much potential. When you look at a game like Apex, what they do with their weapon and character cosmetics or skins, whatever you want to call them. If you look at a game like Destiny, what they do with the cosmetics in Destiny 2, the coding system, it's just so much better. And they're in Destiny 2, their codings, when you have when you unlock a coding, you can put it on your weapons, and you can put it on all the pieces of your armor, your character in Destiny. Whereas in Halo Infinite, it's limited to certain things. You know, we just go to customization, armor hall, you know, and a lot of these codings are just basic colors that we can make with the simple MCC system. I mean, let's just go to MCC again. Let's how do I do the customization? Let's see, customization right here, right? And then let's just go to Reach. Like, what was so wrong with this system? You have primary, secondary, and then of course you would have your tertiary colors. What was so wrong with this system? What I would have done is kept this system in the base game as a free thing, right? It's not going to be like codings where you can have textures on top of the colors and different patterns on top of patterns, whatever. But it would be something for people to have in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It'd be something for people to have. Just primary, secondary, tertiary. Just some kind of free customization. And then let's say you have to unlock a certain number of achievements, or you have to reach a certain number, a certain rank, to then unlock the ability to have codings, and you would unlock codings from there. You know, why couldn't they do that? You know, and the customization in Reach is still greater than that in Halo Infinite. So there's just a lot of missed opportunities with, you know, with Halo Infinite. I mean, just looking at these codings, just scrolling through them, just being real, there's a couple of cool ones. Like looking at this one, it's like, what? No. This one's cool. The Iron Man coding, that's pretty decent. This one, nah, a lot of these are just a miss, bro. Like the gold one, that was a hit. And it goes to show the potential that 343 has if they really put their mind to it. You know, if they really try and they have the resources, the people to actually work on it, you know, they can come up with some sick codings that people will actually want to, buy or grind for. And that's another thing, the grind, XP. Let's look at the battle pass, for example. Let's see. Like, looking at the battle pass, this is how I would have done it if there was an actual progression system, right? For one, they need to remove this pay $2 just to boost your way through. you know, that's stupid. If they had a dedicated progression system through XP where you just play a game, they wouldn't need to have this boost. The way it's supposed to be is you pay $10 to have the premium pass, and then from that point on, you just play the game for free and you level up through the battle pass. So the way I would have done it is every tier, right, would be 300 XP. So tier 1 would be 0 to 300 XP. Once you hit 300 XP, you unlock whatever's in tier 1. Then tier 2 would be 600 XP because it's going up by threes. You go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. all the way to 30,000 XP, which is tier 100, right? Why couldn't they just do that? So it would just show 300 here, 600 here, 900 here, 1200, 1500, all the way to 30,000. Easy clap. And you can earn 300 XP, no problem. And then, of course, if you wanted to earn bonus XP on top of the per match XP, you have your challenges, right? And then instead of just giving us one reward, like I don't like this reward here doesn't make me want to grind out these challenges, bro. It doesn't want to make me grind out these challenges. Why, instead of giving us one little thing like this, why don't you make it a bundle, right? Why not make it a bundle? Like, you get this plus a visor and then a coating. That is more, that's a better reward than this little water bottle thing or whatever it is. Some jug of fluids. I don't know. And another cool thing is, why not have, this is what I would have done, right? So you have your daily, and then of course you have your weekly challenges, and then if you complete all those, you get a little something, right? Next to these, I would have Vidmaster challenges, similar to Vidmaster achievements, right? Challenges that are really hard, but the reward is like you get double the amount of XP. So instead of 300 XP or 200, you get like 600 or 900 XP for completing the Vidmaster challenge. And those would be monthly. Right, you'd only have so many of them. They would refresh every 30 days or every month within a given season. So they would refresh 3 times within a given 3-month season, right? Those are your Vidmaster challenges. Those are the challenges that are going to be really difficult to complete. Something like splattering 3 people with a regular mongoose or something like that, or getting a 3-for-1 or 2-for-1 with the sniper. Those are really hard, but they are possible. I've gotten a 2-for-1 with the sniper, and it was all by chance. It just randomly happened. Something like, if you look at Halo 3, like getting the slice and dice achievement or whatever it was called, where you had to get like a triple kill with an energy sword. First, you had to go around finding the energy sword. You had to not die with it as soon as you got it, and then you had to get 3 kills with it. Once you got 3 kills, there you go. That achievement's completed. And then once you complete all the Vidmaster not achievements, but challenges, you would get this insane reward, maybe like a helmet or a chest piece or 2 shoulder pieces or something crazy like that, or coupled with an armor coating. So when you see someone walking around with that helmet or visor plus armor coating plus weapon coating or whatever, you're like, oh damn, he actually completed all those Vidmaster challenges and got that stuff. Like, it would be way more rewarding. You know what I'm saying? So there's just so much missed opportunity with this game, and really that's all I have to say. So 3 for 3, y'all could do so much better. Seriously. Yeah, it's just the same. But that's all I have to say. Peace out.